Hello and thank you for joining me. My name is Michael Bartnick from Software Solutions Group. Today we'll be going over landed cost for Microsoft Dynamics GP. I'll be showing you using version 2016 of Dynamics GP. What we'll be going over is a very typical scenario that we see in many of our clients that use landed cost. I'd like to point out that landed cost is best suited for companies that are in an actual cost environment as opposed to a standard cost environment. To get started off, let's go into GP. We're going to start off in inventory. In my cards section, at the bottom I have landed cost. I've set up a landed cost ID of timely. I've linked it to my timely shipping vendor. So this is the vendor where I'm going to receive an invoice for my shipping or freight. You can see towards the middle of my screen I've said that it's going to be, my landed cost is going to be a percentage, 5% of my extended cost of my purchase, along with turning on the option to invoice match and revalue inventory cost if there's a variance between the landed cost invoice. So I'm going to close out of this screen and go to my landed cost group. So I have a landed cost group for timely, and I can assign as many landed cost IDs as I need to. I just have my one timely landed cost on this group, and we'll see the landed cost group option comes in handy with our item card. I'm going to go to 32 SDRAM, and when I go to my quantity sites, I have on the warehouse site assigned the landed cost group of timely to this item/site. So when I make a purchase order for this 32 SDRAM going to the warehouse, GP will automatically assign the timely landed cost group ID for me. So let's go and see it in action in purchasing and create a purchase order. So my purchase order is going to be for advanced office systems. That's separate from our landed cost vendor. I'll order 10 of this item for the warehouse. You can see if I drill into the item that the landed cost group ID of timely is automatically assigned on the purchase order. So I'll print the PO as if we were sending this to our vendor real quick. There's my PO. Come back and say now I want to receive these items. Let's go to actions and receive the PO items. I'll receive all 10. You can see on the receipt screen it has my landed cost functional total of $22, which it calculated from the timely shipping ID using 5%. I'm going to post this receipt. For now, I'm going to skip over my posting journals. And let's take a look at a couple of things in GP. First off, I want to go into inventory and show you my receipt cost. So if I go to 32 SDRAM for the warehouse, see my last receipt of $47.25. So we're going to keep that number in mind, so I can drill back into it and see that it takes the extended cost and also the landed cost value to come up with that unit cost. We're going to be coming back here later on. I want to go into purchasing now and go to my analysis, and I'm going to bring up my received not invoiced report. I'll just create one called test. I'm going to print this to the screen. And I want to take a look at that PO's receipt. Let's maximize the screen for you. Scroll all the way down, and we're going to see that the PO 2085 for the 32 SDRAM has the 10 received not invoiced along with the timely shipping ID in the bottom section here for the 5%, the 2250. I'll discard that. So at this point, more time passes and we want to receive in, or we receive in the invoice from our timely shipping vendor. So we can enter an invoice for that shipping. If I go to enter match invoices, I'm going to give it a fictitious document number. Important thing here, I'm selecting my vendor ID. So before I was using Advanced Office for the items I was ordering. Now I need to enter in timely shipping. The big difference here with the landed cost is I have this LC, landed cost checkbox. If I check that, instead of invoicing PO items, I'm invoicing landed costs. So I'm going to skip over the project information, go right to my item. You'll see that this changes to landed cost IDs as opposed to items. So I can select my timely. I'm going to come over to my match to shipment. And when I come in here, actually before I do that, I'm going to say I know it's supposed to be 2250, but it was actually greater than that. There's a variance between what I thought it was going to be for the shipping cost. It was actually $50 shipping cost. So I'm going to say I'm going to try and match this to my shipment. If I click this match options, I want this last receipt, this 1174 is the one we just created. I'll hit OK. It fills out the match shipments to invoice screen for me. Hit OK here. So I have my landed cost invoice. Now, if there was a scenario where the company you're ordering the items for also had was the company the landed cost was for, you could simply just add lines to the invoice that you're entering from them if the values are on the same invoice for landed cost and the purchased items. So I'll go ahead and post this item now, or post this invoice now. I'm going to skip over the posting journals and take you back into inventory to take a look at that receipt. 32 SD RAM for the warehouse. Scroll all the way to the bottom. So now you're going to see that our cost for the receipt have incremented. That's because I had that revalue inventory cost turned on in my landed cost ID. So this is the real big advantage of having the landed cost turned on, is you can have your inventory revalued in the scenarios where there's variances. So that completes today's process for landed cost. I'd like to thank you for joining us, and please encourage you to check out more videos on our website and YouTube channel. Again, my name is Michael Bartnick from Software Solutions Group. Thank you.